Hi, I hope everyone's doing good tonight. You're watching my channel, Cloud Busted, and I'm having a ton of fun with this 79 Bronco. Way more than I thought, because I'm into the destruction and mayhem of a monster truck, but I always thought the trail truck crawler thing would be kind of boring, but it's proven to be probably one of my most fun trucks. I use this thing all the time, so obviously I want to make it better because stock is no fun. So in order to do that, I had to check a couple things out. One of the most important things on a crawler is not center of gravity. Most people are hung up on center of gravity, but center of gravity doesn't mean much unless you can get up on your obstacle. So articulation, that's key. And also approach angle and departure angle. So approach angle is the angle in which you can approach an obstacle before like a body panel or a bumper hits. So that's pretty good right there. Departure angle is the same thing but out back. And that's not so good. So something's got to be done about that. And articulation. Articulation is the ability for the axles to flex. Like that. And the only way you can accurately measure articulation is with what's called an R.T.I ramp. Ramp Travel Index. And what that is that's a 20-degree ramp. Usually 20. I've seen some places go up to 22.5. But 20 is the standard. 20-degree ramp. And so I took a few minutes, I made up my own R.T.I ramp, and let me show it to you. So the way a R.T.I ramp works is it's 20 degrees. It's a 20-degree incline, and you would measure distance traveled in inches. So I made an 18-inch ramp. I figured that would be enough for a 10 scale, or even like an 8 scale. And it doesn't matter if you're running a full-size truck or not. It's always distance traveled in inches divided by wheelbase times 1,000. And that gives you your R.T.I value, or R.T.I score. So normally, most OEM vehicles, like your parents' Jeep, puts about a 500 R.T.I value down. So I'm going to pop this Bronco up there and see what it does. The way it's measured is one wheel goes up the ramp, and as soon as one of the other three leaves the ground, that's where you stop. So let's see what this thing can do. Right now it's at about 12. It's about 12 inches, but the left rear wheel is slightly off the ground, so I got to back it up a little bit. So this thing goes 11 inches before the left rear tire lifts. It's always going to be the left rear, or sometimes the right front, that lifts first. So let's see what that comes up with as a score. So again, it's distance traveled in inches, and that doesn't even matter if it's a full-size truck, 10th, 8th, 5th scale. Distance in inches divided by wheelbase times 1,000. So let me get my calculator out, because Cloud Busted's also a mathematician. Alright, so we got distance of 11 inches divided by the wheelbase. I've never even measured this thing. Let me get the tape measure. So it's about 12.5 inches. So 11 divided by 12.5 times 1,000. So that gives this thing a score of 880, and that's a really good score. So out of the box, this trx4 scores 880 on the R.T.I ramp. So it's got a ramp travel index value of 880. That's awesome. Awesome for a stock truck. So let's compare that to some other ones. So here's the Axle SMT10. I don't have a battery or anything, so I'll just push it up the ramp. You could do that too. Alright, so left rear is lifting, and it's only at 6 inches. So let's see what that is for a score. So we have 6 divided by 14 times 1,000. So it's a 428. Well, really 428.5, so we'll say 429. So this thing only scored a 429 on the R.T.I ramp. That's not that great. Let's check something else. Why not? Let's see what the Italian does. Alright, so here's the arm Italian. Same thing, no battery in this, so I'm just going to push it up the ramp. Alright, so this hits about a 10. So let's measure the wheelbase on this one. Alright, so in inches, that's about a 14.75. And it went 10 inches. So 10 divided by 14.75 times 1,000. Not bad. So this thing has an R.T.I value of 678. That's a lot better than I thought it would, because usually the independent suspension doesn't flex as well as a solid axle, but arm was awesome. So alright, let's see something else. Why not? You know what we'll do? We'll put a cloudbuster on the ramp. We'll ramp a cloudbuster. So this is pretty much unfair. It's probably going to smoke them all, but we'll do it anyway. Why not? Alright, so same thing. I don't have a battery in this one, so I'm just going to push it up the ramp. Let me straighten the wheels. That's weird. This one only hit a 6. Something must be wrong. This thing's probably just a little bit stiff, because usually I was expecting this to get a perfect score. Let me grab another one. This one's been sitting on the shelf for a while. Alright, here's another clot. So this one's got a little bit of suspension work. If you can see in the picture, right here it's got the lift kit. So I don't know if that's going to help or hurt it. So this one's probably going to hit like a 16 or 17, I'm guessing. Oh, that's weird. That one only got a 5. Again, these things have been sitting on the shelf for a while, so it's probably just from being like dusty and suspension issues, whatever. So let me grab another one. Alright, this cloudbuster's pretty neat. This was a 87 Chevy edition, built from a new kit, never finished. So this one will probably do really well. This one will probably ramp right up to the top. Huh. And that made it to 8. Now let's try another one. Alright, so this one's a modified Super Cloudbuster, and this is my race truck. So this thing, I'm sure this one's going to hit 18. It's probably going to do a perfect score on the ramp. The other ones have been sitting around for a while, so they're a little stiff. So let's see what this one does. But then again, with the TRX4, I drove it up. This one I'm kind of pushing it, so that's a little unfair. Let me see. It looks like the right front's lifting. I don't know, something must be wrong with it. They've been sitting around for a while, but typically a cloudbuster will get a perfect score, so I don't know. But there you have it, R.T.I Ramp Travel Index. The only way you're going to know how good your truck's going to perform off-road is by the numbers and the facts. So, again, articulation, approach angle, departure angle, those are more important to me than center of gravity, because center of gravity doesn't mean much unless your truck can get up the obstacle. So that's it for today. So good night, take care. I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe.